Now then, welcome back, and today is all about wearable tech. Should you be using it? Have you been using it? Have you bought it and not used it? The main thing, or the main reason why I've got into this video is because I got a fantastic Apple Watch for Christmas from my wonderful girlfriend, Be What You Want. Follow her on Instagram. So, the main thing I noticed from taking the Apple Watch out was that I started to notice I was noticing it. And that's the main thing that kind of made me think, do you know what, I need to share this. And I have shared it with my clients. A couple of them have bought Apple Watches, and a couple of them just bought Fitbits. But the main thing that kind of I wanted to get across is that the noticing of the Apple Watch, noticing what I'm doing, is the main thing that's going to drive your health one way. Now, we know already from research that new habits, new behaviors can take up to 6 months. And usually the last in is the first out when it comes to habits, meaning that the last habit you try to do is usually the first one that you stop doing. So if you think about the stuff that you've thought you're going to do, like I'm going to read a book every night, I'm going to go running every morning, usually is the first one that you stop. But that doesn't mean that you can't change behaviors, and it certainly doesn't mean that you can't start to use things like wearable technology to make your life easier. So my first tip for you is to realize that it's going to take you time to incorporate this as a new behavior into your life. And the second kind of point on that is that this is the future. This is how we can create better wellness and health for you, for me, for everyone around. So let's embrace it and let's start to understand how we can use it. So we're going to use the Apple Watch as an example. I'm going to show you as well how after this video you can just open your phone up now and have something that's very, very similar for a certain part of it. Now, I generally speaking will always check my NEAT. What is NEAT? It is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, meaning when I'm not exercising, how active am I? And if I am active, what's that doing to the calories I'm burning and the body composition, the body fat that I'm looking to reduce? So I have a target for myself of 15,000 steps per day, which I tell you now, it was difficult at first. But I've been hitting 17, I've been hitting 18, and some days I've been hitting 12, which doesn't matter because I'm looking at this over the course of a week. So that's where the steps come into play if you didn't know kind of why you might want to track your steps. If you can, make it a competition, get involved with people at work, your friends, your family, and that'll kind of get you into the spirit of getting more active, getting more outdoorsy, unless you've got a treadmill at home. And starting to kind of get more active. But the science behind it is that the more activity that I do out of the gym as well, obviously the more fuel I'm going to use, the more energy I'm going to expend, and the more body fat I will burn. So that's the kind of premise with steps. And the reason why I love the Apple Watch is that it gives you all these different graphs. I shall take a photo of it. I'll try and see if I can get it kind of up here now, just so you can kind of see it. All these different graphs from the day and how kind of I've done with steps and how I've done with, let's see if you can see that, with regards to steps and then the mileage, and also when I was doing the steps. And then that graph at the top, the circular thing, will kind of tell me how far I'm along on my daily goals. I've also got a daily goal of 800 calories, which in reality, guys, these wearable tech kind of algorithms, they're not correct. Like not all of them correct. They keep them hidden, and the Apple Watch will be slightly different to the Fitbit one. But in reality, it doesn't matter. It's the same as if I'm doing a body fat result with calipers with a client. If I do it at the same time, on the same day of the week, then I can see if they're going up or down. Whether a client is 20% body fat or they're 18% body fat, it doesn't really matter because we're looking to obviously reduce it. And the same way with this, if we're setting targets, it doesn't really matter if 800 calories on an Apple Watch really means 780, who cares? I'm still getting more active and I'm still getting more out of it. So if you haven't got an Apple Watch or you don't have a Fitbit, the best thing I can recommend to you is to go onto your smartphone now, load up the Facebook app, and let's see if you can see that. Start to scroll down and you'll see, if you haven't opened it already, you'll see that there's a button that says see more, and you want to click that one and you'll start to see one that's called Moves. Okay? Download that and that'll kind of sit on your desktop straight away, and you'll be able to have exactly the same as an Apple Watch. How good is that? Sorry, my phone is rather dirty. So you'll see that today was 10,000, 11,000 odd steps at the moment. I'm going to get out as well. But it's the same premise as an Apple Watch with regards to the steps. Obviously there isn't the other side of things like the coaching with the breathing or get up and walk around, or the constant heart rate monitoring. But if you wanted to just look at your kind of NEAT, which is the, as I mentioned, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, then Moves is a fantastic app that you can kind of implement straight away. Now, wearable tech is something that obviously a lot of us kind of see as a gimmick. Well, I don't, but a lot of kind of, I have clients and you know, I've spoke to people about it. It's just, oh, it's just another fitness band. But the problem is obviously that the guys that are building them, a lot of them are tech guys, and you know, the technology world is fantastic, but you obviously need to know how the human body works and how you can kind of put them together. But if you start to kind of look at what you can use, so if there are certain gaps in, you know, your wellness program at the moment, such as are you not able to just hit calories, there are certain apps such as MyFitnessPal you can start to track, and it may seem like a ball ache at first, but guys, you know, getting healthy and getting kind of a wellness program in check isn't easy, and that's why the majority of us, you know, need to kind of continuously do that with motivation, with kind of drivers from you know, the outside world to kind of keep on track, you know. But MyFitnessPal is definitely one you can start to use if you want to look at, you know, if you have a protein goal for the day, for example, or you're looking to kind of be in a calorie deficit. Track your food on there. It's, you know, it's barcode ready, so you can literally just use your smartphone, put it on a barcode, and it'll tell you how many calories are in that meal. The only other one I would kind of generally recommend to look at for at the moment is something that maybe kind of helps with your sleep. There are a few out there, and I'm not plugging any, but it's just going to kind of give you an indication of how much sleep you're getting, because remember guys, when we sleep, then our body's in that calming state. That's when a lot of the healing and the recovery, well, all the recovery kind of happens. So getting the sleep in is a must. So embrace wearable tech. I am going to leave some comments below with regards to wearable tech. If you have any questions, please do leave your questions below. Share this video if it's been of help. And yeah, download Moves, do it now. As always, stay healthy.